Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my new place, my new condo. Hello, if you missed my moving vlog, feel free to check it out. I am in front of my fireplace with my lovely tree behind me, and I have like every light on in this place, so I do apologize if it is dim lighting because it is also in the afternoon. In the wintertime, there is very little light out right now. So this is as good as it's gonna get for today. But today I wanted to kind of go over my favorite covers of 2021. If you remember last year, I did a video very similar to this where I discussed my favorite covers of 2020. I am going to chat through just a bunch of them. So I don't really know if these consist as of like my #1 top favorite covers, but there are definitely some covers that I have seen this year that I've really enjoyed. So without further ado, let's get into it. And please let me know down below what some of your favorite covers of the year have been. And usually I keep this to whatever books have been released in 2021. But if you want to talk about some of your favorite covers of all time, I won't say no. All right, let's start off with some of like the romances and the more like adult literary picks. I think #1 that I really enjoy is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't know, there's something about it. And there's the difference between like the American Canadian one that I see all the time. It's like the blue with the people in the pool kind of a thing. Maybe it's the sea. Might be the sea because it looks like there's reefs there, but I have not read this book as of yet, but I really love the colors of this one. The blue is so striking, and it is one of the only covers that I've really loved with like actual real people on it because I really don't like covers like that, but I think this was really beautiful, and when it was first released I went, wow, that's really nice. Another one that I really like, or another like trend that I'm really glad is continuing into 2021, was the like illustrated romance covers. Like One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston is so good. I adore this cover so much, and that's also because I absolutely love Jane and August with all my heart. I absolutely love them, and this cover is so wonderful. I love the pink and purplish tones of it. It's very good. It's very good. And I love the illustration style there. And another one that I really also enjoy is People We Met on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is the author who wrote Beach Read. And I think what really gets me with this one is how simplistic this one is, with just like the palm trees in the corners, the simple orange background, and then like the two people on it that are illustrated. I really like it. This one, I believe, has a different title in the UK, You and Me on Vacation, which I don't know why they renamed it something different in the UK, but I also quite like that one because it's got a unicorn floaty on it, which I think is pretty great. And I really like the colors of that one too. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think I might like it more than the Canadian one. The illustration style is so striking. Also, if you're wondering why I'm looking down, I have my computer in my lap, so that's what we're doing. How could I not talk about this one? This one is probably one of my favorite young adult novel covers that have come out this year, and that is The Firekeepers Daughter by Angeline Booley. This is just stunning, and I'm going to show you the picture without the Reese Witherspoon sticker on it because that bothers me so much that that's there to mar the image of this absolutely stunning artwork. This one is so beautiful. I absolutely love the illustration of the two faces that make the moth as well, and the indigenous like art style that's brought in with the wolves and the birds in the bottom and the fire that goes up. I adore this cover, and I've loved it since it was released. I've just like, I knew I had to get my hands on a physical copy of this because I just needed to see the art in person, and I can attest it is as beautiful in person as it is online in image form. I have not yet got shelves in my new place, so I don't have any of my books with me. I have a very few, and they are currently above me, the 3 of those, and then I have a couple in my room that I brought with me for reading purposes. This one is just so beautiful. This one might be a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but I also really like Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. I weirdly love this cover, even though I don't love the tones of like brown brass that are behind. I think it should have been maybe a different color, but this is just so stunning. And now, if you guys missed Victoria Aveyard's announcement, she's released the cover to the second book, and it is even better. And it is blue, like a deep royal blue in the back. which I love. That's probably not the right term for it. Don't come for me if it's not the right color term, but it is so pretty and I'm very ready for this. And I love the intensity of just the gripping the sword with the blood coming down. So good. I absolutely love the cover of Realmbreaker. And again, it's prettier in person for sure because it has that like shininess on elements of it. Like the sword is also shiny, which is like, you know, just the best thing. And on the inside, I know this is a video about covers, but on the inside there is a map. And the map is absolutely gorgeous. I believe also one of my favorite covers that I mentioned last year was the first book in this series, which was A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, because that cover is absolutely beautiful. And this, the second one that was released this year, is definitely up there. What's it called? A Psalm of Storms and Silence, which just takes the beauty of the first one with all the greens, with all the beautiful filigree around, and amplifies it with this deep, rich red and red tones and the red balance of it. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that they now have not only the main character on there, I can't remember her name, but the princess, they brought in the other point of view as well on this cover, which I think is so cool. And I love the way that they're positioned where he's all in black with a little bit of gold on him and he's like kind of like a shadow behind her in brilliant red. I think it's really cool. Definitely a good choice of cover for this one. And it's stunning. It's stunning. Keeping on that same kind of like stunning, striking color scheme, I gotta mention Wings of Ebony by J.L. This one is just beautiful. I just, It's that pink purple with the vibrancy of it, making it like neon, was such a good choice. And I love, if you look really closely, which is gonna be hard if you're on a screen right now, but if you have the book, actually I'll just show you on my laptop. If you have the book, go really close to it and see the designs on her face and her hands. Like, it's just beautiful. It's just beautifully done and it's so detailed. It's like a marbling effect on her face, which I think is so cool. It's so cool. This one I also haven't read yet, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I believe last year I also mentioned Marie Lu's Sky Hunter, and this year with Steel Striker, the second one in that series, I cannot not mention it. I haven't seen this one in person, so I don't actually know if like the insides are like the outsides or if the inside cover is like Sky Hunter in the first one where they don't have like the title printed on the spine, they have it printed on the flat cover of the board books, the book boards, that's the word for it. It's so cool. I haven't seen a picture of this one or anyone really like actually showing what it looks like on the inside, but the cover for this one is just gorgeous. Maybe it's like there's a theme with all these like pink warm tone covers mixed in with a little bit of purple that just gets me. I love this one and it's making me want to go and find it in person so I can see what the inside looks like because that is just stunning. That is just a stunning cover. Even more so than the first book, I think. I think the first one definitely is absolutely stunning, especially with like what's under the dust jacket, but this one, the dust jacket makes it for me. This is one of my favorite videos to film, my guys. It's so fun. Oh, there's so many. I'm scrolling through my list on Goodreads of like 2021 releases that I've saved through like in 2020 and then throughout the year. And there's just so many beautiful ones. I want to talk about them all. Maybe this one too, The Chosen and the Beautiful by Niveau, which is that Great Gatsby retelling, which is just beautiful. The tones and the softness of the cream white and black are just stunning with that girl's face, and I love the 20s haircut. It's so, yeah, this one is stunningly designed. This is definitely one of my top favorites. Like, I've never seen it in person. I don't think I've ever seen it in a bookstore, but I feel like this one would be absolutely stunning to see in real life on a screen. There are only so many nuances you can have with color, but when it's in person and printed the way it's supposed to be, you can see all the shade changes and like the subtleties of the cover, and you can see the designs and the details, which is my favorite thing about book covers. If you didn't know, the little details that you can find on a book cover, especially the really intricate ones that have like little Easter eggs hidden in the covers. I don't know if there's anything like that this year that I've seen, but if you guys have seen a cover in 2021 that has like little Easter eggs hidden in it, please tell me, and I want to go look at it. One that comes close is probably Midnight and Everwood. That one is really beautiful. The design is like the art style where you layer paper in front of each other to create like a dimension of an image. Really want to read this one. It's like a Christmassy book, right? And it's like Nutcracker retelling, I think. Don't quote me on that. But it is just stunning. I love the depth is the word for it of like color and image in this, even though it is very simply just paper, images cut out of paper. I don't actually think they did that, but like that's the effect of it, right? You have the paper layered on each other to make an image, like a dynamic, shadowy, depth of field image. I'm doing terribly at describing this, but I love it. And then the little intricacies of gold around. Oh, so pretty. I need to see this one in person. Oh, it's one of my favorite. It's just covers, my guys. Covers are my favorite. And then there's Within These Wicked Walls by Lauren Blackwood. I believe this one was released very recently in like October or something. And this one's very cool. I don't know what it is about this one. I think it's the effect of the cracking old wallpaper behind her that just gets me every time. And then if like you look really closely, this is another one that might have little Easter eggs in it. I'm not sure, I haven't read the book, but it has like in the kind of like the gold faded bits of it, you can see like the outlines of like old manor house or a castle or a church. Not entirely sure which one it is, but it looks so cool. And I love when designers do this, when they have like a superimposed image and then like the leaking down of something else with something smaller in it that means something to the story that you don't really know what it means until you read it. Oh gosh, this is so pretty. I think one of the last ones I'm going to talk about is The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan He. Now, if you guys have been around on my channel, you'll know that I DNF'd this one really recently. I was so bored by the story, but I originally bought this book because of the cover, and I think it is one of my favorite book covers, if not top 3 of the year, because it is just so beautiful. And like the grasp that it had on the book internet when it first came out was insane. Like the way that everyone thought it was sapphic just because of the cover made me laugh, because that is not. It's 2 sisters on the cover, but it's just so beautiful. The art style is absolutely incredible. I love this image unendingly. It is so beautiful. There's just so many more. There's like Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian, which is just beautiful. I love the greens layered on there. I really like In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. Oh my gosh. And I know there's been so many more this year that have been released that are just absolutely beautiful that I haven't really stayed on top of. But oh gosh, I just love covers so much. They are so beautiful. And what have I read this year that is from this year? Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki is also just beautiful. Really, what I think I have learned in the years of being on the book internet is that the people who design covers are just getting better and better at what they do. And the idea of buying a book based on its cover, it still dominates the world, right? Because everyone is drawn to things that are beautiful. That is what's going to make them pick it up, right? So seeing the depth and beauty of all these covers that are coming out just make me so happy. And it makes it very difficult when you're decorating your bookshelves to decide what covers you want like showcased, if you are that kind of person that likes showcasing a cover outwards towards people. Oh, how can I not talk about this one? She Who Became the Sun. Oh my god. I would talk about the whole sapphic trifecta, but I will say that I do not like the Unbroken's cover. The Jasmine Throne's also a really pretty one. But this one, She Who Became the Sun, I think is one of my favorites that's come out this year because it is just beautiful. It is simple, yet so dynamic with the inclusion of the like ink art. That's not the right word for it, but you know what I mean? Like the ink that's coming through and the simplicity of the circle that is the sun and like whenever I see like a simplistically dynamic cover, I am so into it. This one just takes the cake, honestly, because it is just so pretty. gosh. Oh my god, I could talk about covers all day. I could talk about covers all day, my guys. I won't for the sake of you and your ears. Last one I will talk about is also a sneak peek into one of my videos coming out this December, and that is going to be one of my favorite books of the year. And that is A Psalm for the Wild-Built by Becky Chambers. This cover is everything and more that I could wish for this book. It is so beautiful, and in person it's even better. I love it. The calmness of the tones of the cover and the kind of quirkiness of the font with Moscap and Dex in each of the corners. I love it so much. And like right down to the details of, like, if you look really closely at Dex in the book cover, they're holding a mug of tea and they're sitting on their little tea trailer cart thing that they cart around. And it's just so beautiful. And the fact that like Moscap up in the corner is like touching some butterflies. I adore this cover so much, and I could stare at it all day. And it is one of my favorite books of the year. Spoiler alert, it's my favorite book of the year, but we'll talk about that in another video. Anyways, my friends, speaking of other videos, make sure to subscribe because this December I am planning on doing, I'm really hoping I could do this, 10 days of Christmas leading up to 2022, the new year. It's not going to be every day in the last half of December there, but it's going to be like every other day, every day, kind of scattered in there for a bit. And I'm very excited about it. So it's going to be, you know, recaps of like my favorite books of the year. As I talked about, it's going to be like disappointments and surprises and almost favorites and like hauls, and there's gonna be vlogs. It's gonna be a whole thing. So make sure you subscribe and you hit that little bell icon so you know when I upload, because it's gonna be different days than I usually do. I'm very excited about it either way. And it's gonna feature a lot of this new condo of mine, my new home. And as I get my shelves up, I will have probably within one of those vlogs, if not just that vlog, will be decorating my bookshelves and filling them in. I am so excited to get that ready for you guys. But anyways, my friends, I will catch you in another video very soon. Make sure to like this video if you did, and let me know down below what your favorite cover of 2021 is. Stay kind and keep on reading.